All right, good morning, everybody. Here we are in pre-London, taking a look, and 2 hours before the London Open. And if you guys missed the price action outlook, I apologize. We were not able to get that up on YouTube because of technical issues with being in the room and recording, and actually, it's really a browser issue accessing the flash setting. So I think we will have that worked out in the future. No problem there. But anyways, if you're in the room, you were able to experience that update. So quickly, we'll just go over what the plan is since then, and really just a reiteration of that same plan. Okay. All right. Let's start off with the euro. And we'll just take a look at the daily chart. Now, I mentioned in the update already before that we're at some weekly levels and optimal pullback here somewhere in the green zone. We're likely not going to make it all the way, at least at first, to that weekly 5, but I think there's going to be an opportunity before that. Now, if we go over to the daily chart and take a look, okay, I think that we're basically we're going to be coming back around this green zone. 3120, remember, was the resistance level I had previously marked up. That we did have price action around there that kept lower high, having some lower highs before we had that afternoon bust out on the pairs. So I think optimally going down to around the 5 and getting long from there is going to be the higher probability trade today. The counter on that is going to be looked at here fractally at starting with the 4-hour chart. You see here we're starting to top out really at the beginning of this level, and with that being said, one second, guys. All right, I just wanted to pause the video so I could get this tablet here going. Anyway, basically what I'm seeing here, and let me activate this. We got some action going around this level. So, we could hold and then head higher. It's a possibility. But, rather see it come back to around this level. Okay? Alright. Good to go there. And then, of course, there's some other action around here. I think that, the hourly chart is going to give us a better picture, but we can't really deny that there should be a reaction around this level. So if we move out and clear the chart, and actually no, I wanted to just go to the hourly. Okay, let's go to the hourly chart. And I believe I talked about this being the optimal long position around this euro for today's trade, and basically that's a retest of sort of this uptrend area here, and also 21 EMAs around there, and you're going to talk about a Fibonacci, and it looks like a fib to me. Let's go ahead and double check that just to see how much more overlap we have. Alright, so there you go. It's a 38.2% retracement, and if it dips down, even at 50%. So, optimally going long here at this point, making a decision, scaling out, or if you want to hold, that's up to you. You could then lose your pips, of course, with things and not making a higher high today. But at that point, I think there may be a short setting up. Now, if we get down here, come back up, lower high around that area or lower, and then bust a move down this way. So just be watching price action as a signal to enter the trade around here. So right now need some decisions to be made. It's pre-London. We're getting some red on the hourly chart. Let's look at our 15-minute pre-London. And basically what's happening here is not a whole lot. It seems like it's starting to go down at the right time of day. All right, so maybe there's a short there, possibly. But it may not be your really the best situation for a pre-London setup. Okay. All right. We're gonna look at the pound now. All right, the pound. Up here I've got this red area, red zone. Um, okay, I have this red zone here. And we have to see how price reacts here. There's a lot of issues top-wise with, you can see the price action around here. It did, bust up. And, at this point we're just going to have to try the long again. No matter what the sentiment, has changed. Was thought to have changed at least. That effect to the pound currency, we have not seen yet. So, come down and we get long again. We go into the 4-hour. We can see that we have came down, and really price action is showing that it wants to go higher now. So will it break through 62 before we get to the London Open or not? I'm not sure, but if we're around this level, then the London Open, we could get a short first, and then we get the long, possibly. That would be the optimal plan. Of course, if we go down and then head up here, we're then going to get a short opportunity as well. So keep an eye on that. Alright. Aussie dollar in the red zone. Topish action here. Okay. We've got this line, trend line coming down. It's been tapping it. And, where we're at now with this is optimally getting in the short was about right here. And I mentioned that might happen during Asia. Now, if we go to a 4-hour view of this, we see price action signal right here on this candle. And that was a great short right there. The hourly chart has us with a buy coming up around this area. So 105.40 could bounce before my proposed Asian outlook was around 105.15, because we did have some up action and then subsequently going down here. Let me look to the 15-minute chart, and we see that price is going down here. This looks like to be the pre-London setup, and optimal long is going to be around here, I think, with 105 maybe wicking too, and that would give us a good signal for a north trade, right? So either way, we've got to pay attention to this, as there's going to be another short opportunity back in this zone around 105.40 if we break that now. Okay, really, break it solid. We were beneath it now, but if we're able to get anywhere down in here that we bounce, we're going to get a short there at 105.40. There's going to be people trying to short that. Optimally, the buy could, basically, if this holds, is going to be around this area. But I think it's optimally around 105 to 105.15, which has been key, right? So moving along. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen daily. Okay. Here we had the big gap. So if you're in this trade and you kept the piece over the weekend, then you got another extra 100+ pips out of that just from the gap trade. So What's the plan now? Well, plans come back to the gap area and try to get long, right? That's the initial plan. Or if you're already, in the short, there was an entry on the short in Asia as well. But we'll have to take a look at that at a different chart. Now, the daily, otherwise, there's a lot of minor levels in here that I think could turn now into support. But our big red zone is a little bit higher up. We're establishing, I think, a new one right now with this gap area. So let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour. All right, we see some stalling here, but it's holding its support level of the gap breakout. So getting long on this might not be the best position if it does not come back a little bit on us. So let me fix the scale on this. I'm not sure what happened, but all right. So what we've got here basically is we've got some support here. We got a lower high here, and it looks like a pre-London move down. If we can get this pre-London move to get at least get us enough where the London can carry it back here to this level, then I think we need to take a long here with price action, optimal, and I think it'll be a decent place to be long on this. And basically what we're trying to do is hold 110 now. So, as we've really had a lot of opportunities to re-enter at psychological levels in this trending long, that we got in down here, right? So, at this point, that looks to be the play. On the short side, let's take a look. Short side, like I said, I think it's already beginning. But, say we get down here, we bounce up again, and around here would be the optimal short down to, again, I think about that trend line. I think, 110.30 or 35 should be the place you put the alarm, and it might hit 25, depending on where price is within this area at that time. But I think that's your two plans on the euro yen. Okay, and let's move forward. We're going to take a look at the crude oil chart. And, the play has been, resistance, support, try to go long, try to go short, wherever you're at, right? And so what we do here at this particular time is just simply go to a lower time frame, 4-hour, for example. Great place. We're getting along here, right? Okay, so we tried with higher load and higher load, and now it's kind of like, well, this 4-hour is saying it's going down, but it's just so tight that the London volatility could change that. So what we want to do here is, we fib this, but we're pretty much at like a 61.8 now, right? This 87 level could definitely be where we head down here, possibly this far, but at least I think to about here, this zone, the 86 level test again, and then maybe get long in New York to first, test this level to scale out, and then the ultimate target 87.50, and then really the weekly target would be 89, as we've discussed before. Okay, and there's some action going on here, so this could be the spot. Maybe it won't get quite as far down. Just use some price action with time of day, and you should be able to get break even, no problem. And try to get long here, and look for shorts around here and here, and you'll be fine. No problems, no worries. Moving forward. Aussie yen daily chart, basically same play as the yen. Try to get long around the 5, close as possible, using price action, time of day, and fairly similar situation here. Okay, and if you're going to get short, you're going to need to get a lower high set up during time of day. I would say hourly at least. All right, moving over to the dollar index. Now the dollar index, it could be something like that starting to happen. That could be our bounce, and then, I think our optimal continue long would be when the dollar index gets up here. Then that's when the euro, pound, and Aussie possibly head up, and this heads down further to test those other lows on the chart back here. All right, this area. So, if this holds right here though, it goes up and does something like this. Maybe we get a short there. If it just keeps barreling up, we're just gonna have to wait on something like that to then, use that to our advantage to go the opposite direction on the other currencies. All right. I don't think it's any more complex than that. That's the dollar index. All right, looking at the gold chart. Basically there's nothing to do here unless you're on the intraday, and that's not what we're taking a look at here. But we're looking for a price action long here, and in this area, right? This holding would be nice. If not, well, that's a possibility, right? And if not, if we head up, then we're going to get another short around the 10 area. But if we do get a price action signal around here this week, similar to the euro yen last week, then what's going to happen is we're going to get a short opportunity right here about 17, 10, or 11 for a continuation with the scale out point in here, maybe a little bit higher lift with price action matching this, and then it could be something like that happening. But if this holds, we get a price action signal, I think we're going to be doing something more like that. Okay, so that's not going to play out on the daily. Really, it may very well make a bullish or bearish engulfer or whatnot, but it's going off the daily chart. We don't really have a price action signal there. Now, looking at some other areas on the 4-hour, you can see there is some little support area coming in here. Looks sort of like this, maybe 1700, and then the short on the shorter term chart would be where you're getting short, right? And a fib of this also would be optimal to look at. And if you want to go short, 1705 also would be a short now with these broken levels. So it's going to be a convincing break of this area for me, to really want to try to get this without a daily signal, right? Try to get long like that. So that's gold. The other thing I wanted to mention was down here, I will try to keep this up as often as possible, is basically just the headlines on the screen in case your audio's off or whatnot. You'll see the market headlines about 20 seconds, I think, after they come out, are fairly accurate there. And that's pretty much it. I think that really everything is going to play in our favor, and I think we're going to have to take pips a little bit sooner today, being Monday. You know how it is, and that's fairly very good solid plan we have here to make it a fairly good amount of intraday pips, and using the daily chart to our advantage on a pullback. That is the prime play, and I've also showed the counter trades as well. And so I think everybody, we're set up here for the move through the early London to our next 4-hour candle, and I think we're looking good so far, and hopefully we'll get some good action here on Monday. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the mic now, and I'll of course be showing some setups on the intraday charts, taking this and copying it, and then moving it to the hourly in 15 minutes. It's still with our levels on it, and seeing if we can't get some more accurate areas to sort of go along with our bias. All right.